All right, so here's the reason why relationships with a younger partner are such a fucking struggle and usually ultimately fail. I'm not trying to be a doomsayer here, but don't say I didn't warn you here. It's not because they have mommy or daddy issues. It's not because they haven't healed their inner child. It's none of that fucking bullshit. It's very simple. They haven't experienced enough fear of loss yet. And I'm saying this to you from someone who's experienced it firsthand multiple times and somebody who has been coaching for over 10 years. This is one of the most common situations I get. Anyway, here's what I mean here. If you're the older one in the relationship, you know what it's like and you know how hard it can be to find somebody who's really great, compatible, has got their shit together, right? That's not fucking easy. Also, a lot of you have been through the ringer before. You've had relationships that just didn't work out for whatever reason. You've experienced fear of loss. You've experienced that loss. You understand what it's like to fear it happening again. And that's why you've made the decision you want this relationship to work out. On that note, if you got a pad and fucking paper, you should write this down here. You probably have a lot of traits you've written down as far as what you must have in a partner. Arguably the most important one is that person must decide they really want this relationship to work out. Now, for someone who's older, who's been through the ringer a little bit, you've probably decided like, hey, this person's awesome. I see so much potential here. I want it to work out. That's why you're willing to do the work. The problem is your younger partner hasn't been through the ringer like you have. They haven't experienced that pain, that disappointment. They don't really have that emotional connection to the fear of loss, of losing somebody that's really great for them, because they think it's so fucking easy right now. Unfortunately for you, you can't tell them or teach that to them intellectually. There's no PowerPoint presentation on Planet Fuck Earth that's gonna let them understand like, hey, this is not easy here. You don't meet people like me every day. That's not gonna work. You can't teach that to them. They have to experience it for themselves. That only will come through time when they themselves go through the ringer and have some really crappy relationships. And therefore, right now, they're taking that relationship with you for granted. And again, you're not gonna be able to teach them that they're gonna learn a not such pleasant lesson very likely in the future by not appreciating the relationship they have now. Anyway, that's why that relationship with that younger person is not working out very well. And I'm not trying to be a doomsayer here, but more likely it's not gonna work out long term, okay? Remember, at the end of the day, we are emotional creatures. The decision to be in a relationship and work on one is always gonna be emotional. And we tend to fight for things when we know it's not fucking easy. That 20 or 30-something-year-old probably doesn't quite appreciate what they have until they lose it later in the future. And that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyway, I might not have solved your problem today, but at least you have some understanding. It's not because they have mommy or daddy issues or they haven't healed their inner child. They haven't experienced enough fear and pain in their life yet. Simple as that. And it's not your job to teach them. And not only that, you don't have that role. So anyway, if at least you enjoyed this video and it makes sense to you, please feel free to like or subscribe. If you got a really sad friend who's just going through the ringer, going through a challenging time like this here, please send this video their way. At least it'll give them some understanding. Now, if you want help through it, I know it's like to go through one of those and have it literally take over a year to get over. And I know it's like to be able to get over things like this in a matter of a couple days, believe it or not. Your brain can be strengthened like a fucking muscle. And that refractory period to get back to feeling fucking good again is a lot quicker than you think. This does not have to be a long drawn out event here. So if what you're thinking now as you're watching this video is, damn Lance, I've been great. You told me that 6 months ago before I got involved here. Hey, you are where you are. I can help you now, okay? So if you're going through a really tough time, you're having a hard time getting over that person and you wish you never met them, that's okay. Embedded in all great challenges are great opportunities. Let me teach you a process so you can get a hell of a lot fucking stronger. So at least this doesn't happen again, okay? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Talk soon.